going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. Now it's time to get ready for round 6 of the 2019 preseason of the Manufacturer Series on Gran Turismo Sports. And looks like this is going to be prepared for having a 2-lap race on the Nurburgring 24-hour layout course. And this is going to be excellent to be able to challenging on the tough track that this boat might be able to get ready. So looks like the entry opens about now, so this will be good. So this will also to check the condition time, so looks like it's at 20:30 at night. So this is going to be quite very prepared for this race. So this is going to be able to have night racing that this will might be able to get ready. So I hope that we're about to be racing at the Nurburgring 24-hour layout track, and this is going to be one tough corner track until this will might be prepared. So whenever it's going to be able to be ready, so this may take only at least 1 or 2 laps, so this will might be able to get ready, so if we might be able to challenge ourselves, because we're racing on the top track, and now we might be able to do the best we can, and this will might be able to get ready. Now looks like we'll be racing with Group 3 for today, so this will might be quite very excellent to be able to get started. Now looks like the engine is about to be prepared, so looks like this will be able to have racing medium or hard compound tires, and even perhaps this will be able to race on the twilight condition as well. So this will might be able to have to double check on the balance of performance by recommend, so if this might be quite suited up, and then this will might be very prepared for the race. So this will might be quite very good, so let's go and get ready to do a little warm-up practice until this will might be able to get ready. So very good for taking a little dust time that this will might be able to have a good chance for. So if we might be able to have to challenge ourselves, if we might be able to take the hot lap race, so this will might be able to get ready until this will might be able to do the best we can. So if this will be able to have one good racing strategy, that this will go directly into the pit stop by a single lap. So this will also to do the best we can, because this is going to be able to take a lot of concentration that this will get going in for. So for turn 1 and 2, that this is going to be a one-shot race, that if we might be able to be very careful that try not to hit each other, so it will get a decreased SR rating. So this will might be able to have to take a lot of concentration, that this will might need to get everything well improved. So this will also to take a lot more speed to be able to keep catching up on it. So for this track, I might be able to check the penalty line, so this will also to race around. So looks like that's one, just definitely seen, and now looks like this is going to be able to keep going until we might be able to have a number of penalty lines that's definitely shown. So this is going to be able to have to do a little bit racing scope out to be able to take a good look. So this might be able to take a good run until this will might need to be able to take a lot more practice if we can. So racing on Circuit de la Sarda with 3 penalty lines, then maybe I might be able to go and take a good look on the Nurburgring 24 hours. That's definitely setting up a penalty line, so this is going to be able to have everything prepared. So this might be able to have 4 penalty lines, so this is going to be quite very good to be able to race on the Nurburgring, because this is going to be a very big challenge if we might be able to get ready until this one might be able to get settled. Now looks like going in onto the North Jefe, and now this will also to keep going until this will also to take a lot more better runs that this one might get a chance to go on for. Just going to make sure just following up the apex is going to be one pretty important, so this will might be able to drive better as possible. So if this might be able to have a little mistake happen, it's going to be very challenging if things about to get very tougher around. So this is going to be able to keep a good stability eye check on for. So this will might be quite giving us better challenging ways to go for. So this will might be able to have to stay focused if we might need to do a little bit much more faster as possible, because racing on the green hill is going to be quite very challenging to master the track if we might be able to have a lot of plain racing skills that this will keep in definitely going on the SR will also improve. Okay, just gonna make sure to keep going in until this will also make a breaking point that this will keep coming in. Okay, good. Just gonna make sure to practice like ever before, so this will might be needed to improve. So, whenever you're gonna start this race for only 15 minutes, so this will be able to have a little possible to be able to take the lap practice by only 1 and 2. So this is going to be able to take a while until this will also be ready for the race, so this will might be get started. Okay, just going to make sure, stay focused, and then just going to have a little brake balance. This might need to give a good well adjusted until this will might be needed to get settled for. Okay, just doing this turn, so this will keep coming nice and neat. So I hope that this is going to be able to have very good rounds for this race. So this will might be quite very good. Keep coming in, take a very easy improvement turn. So this is going to be quite very challenging to be able to avoid the penalty as possible. Okay, just better make sure to stay on the tarmac. This will might be able to help out for it to avoid getting caught up on the grassland. It's going to be quite covered, and also that this is going to be able to end up on the slam. That's going to be quite very covered that if we might be able to drive very carefully. So take a good look at the bump damage is definitely shown. So it's going to be very hard to be able to take a single lap. It's going to be quite very challenging for. So we'll make sure that this will also race well on the Nurburgring, so if we might be able to do better, so this will also to give a better chance to be able to improve ourselves if we might need a chance. Okay, looks like the damage wear is definitely worn up, so this is definitely all good. So this is going to be able to have to keep racing around for, and now this will be able to have tough corners if we might be able to stay focused and stay steady on it. So it looks like the bog is still roaming around on the area, so definitely it might be all good for now. So it's going to be able to have the headlights turned on to be able to use for the tarmac. Okay, just going to keep going until this will stay on it. Take that inside turn until this is going to be a very long ways to go for until might be able to have to give a good check on the penalty line. Definitely where it's going to be shown as. So maybe the first one is at the Grand Prix layout. So looks like still exploring around on initial hip is definitely quite taking a long way to go, and then this is going to be able to have 2 penalty lines that's definitely able for you. Now, always like that carousel corner. Going to be a very good improved turn that this will keep coming better. Okay, let's stay on the throttle, and then this will give it in for a better partial lead for it. Now, it's definitely quite very challenging that this will also might need to have a lot of racing skills, that this will also be racing around on the longest track, because it's going to be very risky, so this will might be able to take a lot of racing communication skills that this will might be able to work. If possible, that this is going to be quite very challenging to be able to stay focused. Now, it's going to be able to take a lot of concentration that this will might need to be able to stay well, maintain the pace. It could be able to make it always that this will stay on the 3rd gear, but try not to make the 2nd gear. It's going to be able to take a lot of more chances to be able to bring the transmission gear, to be able to take a lot more patience to get a little bit, so this will might be able to get back up again. Okay, getting a little bit closer until this is going to be quite a while until this may take a single lap that this one might be able to work. Okay, just gonna make sure to keep it up until this is gonna be able to take some few inside turns until this is gonna be doing this. Alright, very good. Just gonna make sure to take one last attempted turn, just take the inside, but it's gonna take everything. Okay, well, gonna have to do this because this is definitely quite very challenging, but it also might need to take a little bit concentration that this will might be needed for. But this will also have to take a race entry for only one lap, so whenever it's gonna be able to be ready, it might be able to do the best we can. So right now, 2 penalty lines on the Nurburgring 24H. Definitely on the Grand Prix and the Northern layout, so this is going to be able to have a very long track that this might be able to get a better way to slow down. So it's going to be able to have an exercise caution for this race, so if we might be able to do the best we can. It's going to take a lot of concentration skills that we might be able to drive carefully whenever there's a mistake happens. It's going to be quite challenging that this might be able to put up skills to the test. So it's going to be quite very possible that this might be able to do the cornering skills that this might be able to work. Alright, so looks like that's going to be a 9-minute time due to the accidental spin out attempt. It's going to be very hard, so this is going to might need to take a lot more skills to be able to put up for the race, because it's going to be challenging that this might need to get everything put up for the effort. Now, looks like it only has 4 minutes left, so maybe a 1 lap practice is complete. Well, I say it's happened for the best that this might be able to keep going until this might need to take a long way to be able to take a lot more practice to do as possible. Okay, just gonna make sure because especially here on the Grand Prix layout part is definitely might be quite very challenging by the wrist. It's going to be able to do a little bit more hard skills that this might need it for, so it's going to be able to keep trying until this will get better. Okay, that was one bad turn. But it happens that penalty will be received, so it's going to be a very long way that we're about to be forced to slow down in the penalty line, so we might be able to deal with this until this will be able to get a chance to be able to stay focused until whenever it's possible. Now, looks like giving for a better safety way to go on for, so it's going to be able to use the traction control whenever you're comfortable with. It's going to takes a while until this might be able to get ready. Now, looks like this is going to be the toughest corner to go back again until this might be needed to take inside turns, so also to fall back by the apex. It's going to take a lot of patience, and this will also do element of speed of racing. Is going to be able to take a lot of cornering skills while mastering on the Northern Hyperion is going to be quite very performance, and also to take a lot more skills, so you might be able to stay focused. Try not to get too much aggressive. Down, make sure that the SR rating will be able to be decreased significantly if you want the upper advantage that this will climb back in for. Now, going on a straight until this will keep it up. Oh man. Yeah, it's going to be very hard that this is going to be a one messy race around here, folks. It's very tough, and it could be quite happening that this is going to be quite very two up on it. Well, I hope that this is going to be able to turn out well, so it's going to be able to do the best if we might be able to be very careful, but it's going to be very challenging that this might get everything risky up for it. So right now, this is going to be very difficult, and we might need to do a little concentration to be very patient as possible. So it's going to be very difficult, or also might be able to have a little easy ways that this will be able to keep coming better for. But always having a little great accident happens until we might be able to be very careful. Well, even perhaps that's still going on by receiving a penalty mark, so it happens that if we might be able to drive carefully, so we might be able to take it nice and slow, don't get too pushed on the aggressive, and this is going to be able to have to do a lot more better to be able to keep up on the racing until this will also be giving good clean turns that might get better. Now, looks like it's going down for 25 seconds until this is going to be able to have an entry in progress until this will be done soon. Okay, almost there. Just going to make sure because might need to have a better warm-up things to do, so this might need to be able to make sure in case of emergency, because this is going to be one risky race that this might need it for. Alright, looks like comparing the match, this will also be set back and wait until ending of the first clip. Now, making for the second one is going to be very longer to be able to extend. Alright, here we go. Just going to make sure to have all players to joining in. Now, looks like this is going to be quite very good to see how it goes. So, it makes sure that this is going to be able to have a good race. So, we'll make sure that this is going to be quite very tougher. We might be very careful. So, looks like Dakar Autosport is here once again from round 4 of the GR Super GT Cup. Now, looks like this is going to be good to be able to have other racers to be joining in for. So, very good to be able to get set up until this will be able to have 20 car challenge until this will be ready to go. So right now, this is going to be quite make sure because this is going to be extremely difficult if we might be able to do the best clean race if we can. That could be quite very challenging that this will also take a while. But right now, this is going to be able to have a 15-minute warm-up, so I thought that this is going to be quite challenging and we might be able to be very careful. Now, looks like here for the clean front race, so let's get ready until this might be able to have a better warm-up that we might begin. Okay, well, looks like our car Autosport is here once again for us, giving for a good, welcome, friendly comments. But good thing that this is going to be able to make sure because I hope that this is a very good race to be able to get started. Thank you for the response, Dakar Autosport. I hope that we're about to have a good clean race again. Alright, that's nice and quite very good. Just giving one good chat until this is going to be quite very excellent. Okay, now like this is going to be having a good time for. So this might be sending a message. Okay, now maybe where was I? Oh yeah, just gonna make sure this will also take a lot more cornering. Sorry for a little short delay until this will give a little chapter fun until this might be giving a thank you to be able to be part of this race. So looks like just giving a little short seconds until the warm-up begins. Now, looks like giving a little bit better weight to be able to set up for it. Have better quick options while racing on the track is going to be important, so this might be able to do the best we can. So, I know that this is going to be quite very difficult if we might be very careful, so it's going to take a lot of exercise caution, so we'll make sure this might be very careful if we do not want to get caught up in the accidents. Alright, so looks like let's start with the 15-minute qualifying time until this will begin. Now, looks like this will also take 2 laps by now. So if we might be able to make sure the app is now definitely enabled for use, so this will be able to set up on whenever you're going to use it. So it's going to be quite a while until this will also to hold out much longer. So looks like time to going out on the pits, and then here we go, and then let's get started for a little quick qualifying warm-up. But also it's going to be able to take a little complicated ways to be able to do a little bit much more better to be able to do the best we can. Now, looks like this is going to be able to have to take the challenging corners on the Grand Prix layout. If we might be able to do inside turns if we can, so this will also take 2 laps for a while. Whenever it's going to be taking too long until the time ends, well, giving a little 5-minute overtime could be worked up for, so this will might become something good handy. Now, looks like giving the SR rating to be increased, so looks like this is going to be the ticket out lap. We might be able to have a 1 single lap, so if this might be able to work out very perfectly, so this will might be able to get set up until this will might make a good run on it. So always make sure that the 3rd gear is definitely giving the only easy way to be able to make a good improvement. So this will might be able to get better to be able to stay on it. Okay, better make sure, watch out for any cars are definitely forced to slow down, because that could be quite very exercise extremely caution. Alright, just gonna make sure that the hazard lights is definitely turned on, so this will might be able to get coming better for. Okay, so how's the fuel going on? So looks like everything installed pretty well for. Now, looks like this may take very longer if we might be able to get a good chance to go for. So after the qualifier ends, so this will might be able to have suitable ways to change the tires, so this will might make it very good extended amount for acceleration grip, so this will might perfectly giving a chance to do it. Now, maybe only most fast race cars can also take the track to dominate the Nurburgring 24 hours, so it's definitely like that racing in the Nurburgring 24 hours of the Nurburgring that is definitely able to take a lot of concentration skills that this will might put up to the test, so it also might need to have one more thing for sure, so this will keep up the inside track. It's going to be quite very risky as possible, so whenever there's any mistakes happen, so we might be able to be prepared if we might be able to have a very good exercise caution, so we'll make sure that this is going to be able to have a one good clean race that this will might be needed for. Okay, just going to keep it up until this will be approaching in. Slow, and now this will keep a little bit of while to be able to have to regain the acceleration that will be going in as possible. Okay, looks like 4 minutes just definitely passed, and now looks like this is going down for 11 minutes left to go. Because I know that this is going to be giving the important ways to be able to keep it up on it. Stay on it, so this will also might need to use the apex as possible, so this will might be able to come in handy to be able to keep working up. Alright, stay on it. This is going to be able to have to take one more chance to go for, but this is going to be quite very important if we might be able to have to use the field map as possible. Given the only determined ways to be able to use any tool types while racing, always going to have to use the radar or the field map as you need. So this is going to be quite very challenging for us if we might be able to do this only risk if we can. So it's going to have to take determination that this will also be used any tool method types while we race. So this will might be able to keep it up on it. Okay, keep it up until this is going to be one good excellent speed straight that this will keep coming handy. Almost there, just going to have to take a lot more inside turns. Okay, how many minutes is that? Okay, that's going to be able to have 9 minutes. This might be able to do it much more often until this will might be able to be on its way. So, if we might be able to make sure, because if we might be able to maintain the pace of the acceleration while the field is definitely might need to save it for it for only less than a liter, so it's going to be able to do a little bit possible ways to be able to keep up for it. Now it looks like getting a little bit further behind when the other opponents is going to be quite very tougher to be able to catch up on it. So this is going to be able to have to take a lot of corner skills, but this will might be able to master the Nurburgring is going to be one, improved dominant turn is going to be able to take the apex. Now, it's like by seeing the apex that this will also to do it in the right direction. It's going to be a very hard way to be able to perform it, so whenever it's going to get too much aggressive, it's going to be able to have a decreased SR rating effect, so this will might be able to keep going until this will might need to have a very good improvement fast lap that this will might be able to keep coming as possible. Now, looks like it's getting a little bit closer, and now looks like just going to have a few more corners left to go, so this will also to get everything well focused checked on for. Now, looks like this is going to be able to have to take a little bit few moments until this will also to keep the SR rating go up higher. It will be quite very challenging, but this is going to be able to take the skills to be able to take a long race, but this still might take a while. Now, if you can't do it, make sure don't ruining the moment when you're going into the pit stop for changing up the tires. So this will might be able to keep racing until this will might be able to get one chance at this, because this is going to be able to take the courage if you must be qualifying lap until this will be quite very good to be ready to go. But it's going to have to take a one-way trip until this will make sure that this will get you in onto the top. So right now, looks like it's only time remaining at 6 minutes and 21 seconds. And this will might be able to keep it up on it, so this will also take a lot more concentrated skills, because this will might be able to keep coming handy for. So this might be able to get ready to be able to use the racing hard tires before the race begins. This will be the challenge to be able to get everything swept up by the wrist. Okay, almost. Just going to stay on the maintain balance position. It's going to be needed as possible. Alright, here we go. But this time, it's going to be one lap only until this will also to have time remaining left. But this is going to be quite very difficult if we might be able to do the best run if we can. But I know that this is going to be quite challenging, so we might be able to have to use the fuel map very wisely. So this is going to have to take a lot more skills to be able to come up better. But having a mistaken turn when the tire is about to get depleted out, it's going to be a little bit of a problem for us if we might be manage the tires if we can. Okay, just going to make sure, just do it nice and steady until this is going to be quite worked up for. Now, you see that? I guess one driver just definitely in the pit, but this is going to be able to be concluded for still taking the out lap after the tire is about to get a little bit depleted soon. So whenever there's a mistake happens by following up the yellow sign, so this is going to be able to have the yellow flag for no passing. Okay, well, it might be possible to be able to switch it to the radar, so this will might be able to keep an eye out if there's something else bumping into. It's going to be able to keep a track for some opponents are definitely able to keep passing in for. Okay, just keep it up until this is going to be able to have the second lap is going to be quite very longer and very difficult if we might be able to do it. Okay. Darn it. Sorry about that. That's how what happens whenever there's an accident happens. That will complete having a 2-second penalty is going to giving us a warning. So this one might be able to do better if we might be able to stay focused, if we might be able to do the better maintain pace. Now, I know it's go for us if we might be able to have a chance to keep it up. So it's going to be able to take a lot of required skills if we might be able to do a lot more concentration to be able to keep coming better. Now, I know that you guys are really think that racing on the Nurburgring 24-hour is the big challenging for us. So if we might be able to have to do a lot more concentration focus if we can. But you'll have to be able to take a lot of practice, so this will might be able to get better. So this will might be able to have to do much more often. Penalty line on the Grand Prix layout and the long straight part is definitely we only have 2 parts. So this will be able to take a long route, so this will be able to keep catching up to be forced to slow down onto the penalty line. So looks like it's slowing down for time left, and looks like this is going to be able to have 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Don't slow down, or make sure just get everything for a little bit amount of grip that this will might be able to use it for. But it takes a lot of racing responsibilities to be able to master the Nurburgring as well. It's pretty difficult, so we might be able to take it nice and slow and giving a better chance if we can. But this will might be able to avoid the mistakes as possible, because it's going to be taking a lot of concentration that this will might be able to prepare ourselves if we might have very risky race that this will might be able to avoid. Try not to have accidents on the racetrack is going to be quite very challenging to be very careful, and we will always be exercise caution. So right now, this is going to be able to take a while since the penalty mark was definitely received on the red due to the accidental mistake. So this is going to be able to do it very gradually because the tire is about to be very low soon. That's how it also takes the amount of extended duration of the tire wear is about to get very low on the white, then this will be able to be on the red. So this is going to be able to do as possible to be able to change the tires if you're racing hard. So that could be able to take a little bit extended amount of the grip that this will might be able to save it for use. Okay, looks like it's only down for 36 seconds, and it looks like this is going to be quite coming closer on it. Okay, it's going to be a little bit harder to be able to have hazard lights that might need to turn on for. Always having to use hazard lights while racing on the 24 hours of 24-hour layout track of the Nurburgring. It's going to be very long and very difficult, so we have to make sure that this is going to be able to have signal communication on the track. It's going to be quite very challenging as possible, but I know that this is going to be one messy race, then this is going to be able to have everything what we need. So right now, final lap of the qualifying time is going to be takes a while until this might be able to have 11 minutes and 30 seconds time until this might give it a good extended to be able to keep catching up on it. So make sure to take it nice and slow, so we might be able to do better, because this is how we race on the Nurburgring, just like 24 hours. Endurance event is going to be quite very challenging and simple. Now, looks like it's going to be only half a gallon of fuel left to go, so it's going to be quite very possible that this will be able to save it as whenever you need it during the race. So this is going to take a while, so we'll make sure to see who is the fastest in this round. So this is going to be able to have anyone's winner be able to get a chance to go on. Now, looks like this might be able to have hazard lights turn on, so this might need it in case. Because this race is very hazardous, so this might need to be able to have everything what you need to be prepared for. Okay, looks like tires on the front is about to get very low soon. It's gonna be very difficult, because we might be able to take it nice and slow. But it also having a little effect on the SR rating to be able to be increased. Okay, keep it going. Try not to slow down and don't make any more distractions. Well, I hope I might be able to be on the top 3 this time, so this will get better. But right now, challenging on top corners is going to be risky. We might be able to do it very nice and slow, and always might need to use 18 hard tires for the challenge, and this is going to be quite possible if we need to do. So I know that this strategy is going to be very important, so this might be able to have to save it in for. Okay, so looks like after taking a tough obstacle run challenge until this will be forced to slow down onto the penalty line, so this is where the end corner is definitely come closer, so let's go and slow down until this goes back up again, so this might get a good chance to be able to speed up on it. Now, it might be possible that you can probably able to check the fuel map again, so it's going to be able to take a little bit much more close, or whenever you're going to have to save a little bit fair amount, so maybe giving a lean 6 is going to be quite very possible to be able to stay on for. So it's going to be able to have a smart race that this will also to help out to make it way to be able to proceed to victory. Okay, just gonna make sure, because this is gonna be one last final stretch of this run until one top lap qualifier is about to be finished soon, so this is going to be quite very amazing. Now, by giving the red dot penalty is going to be quite very challenging, so we might be able to be very careful as possible. So we'll make sure that this is going to be quite very tougher if we might be able to do the best we can. But right now, looks like I'm finally entering onto the top 3, so this will be quite very work. And this time, this is going to be able to do the best run whenever we can. So it's going to be able to do happens for the best. So we might be able to make sure that this will be able to have a one-lap pit stop whenever we might be needed for use. So looks like moving on to 6th place is going to be taking a one tough start. Now 7th. And also that this will be a possible way to be on 8th. Well, hope other racers are still keep going until this one might be able to have a good qualifying round time is going to be complete soon. Okay, make it 9th place, so this might be quite very challenging. 10th place. Just gonna make another clip, so this will also be giving a little extra duration time, so this will might be worked up for. So I hope that this will be able to have the segment for a little bit over an hour, so this will might be quite very good to get ready to get started for this race. So looks like that makes it 11th place, so looks like this will be able to keep waiting for the other racers. Is definitely might be able to keep it up on it, so it's going to take a while until this will also take much more durations that will also take a little bit time. So whenever we might be able to do the best we can, so it's going to be able to do possible to be able to use the racing car tires until the race begins. So looks like the car Autosport is very good to be able to be on 13th place for giving the start. So looks like he's using the BMW M6 GT3 M Power is now going to be quite ready up and go. So maybe it's going to be quite very tougher to be able to challenge for the DR Super Racing Concept 2018, followed by the FT1 Vision GT and the Mustang Group 3. Now looks like this is going to be very long wait until the last 4 remaining drivers is now going to be able to get ready to go until this will might get started. Well, it is a pretty long wait while we race on the long track. It's going to be quite very challenging and very difficult, so we'll make sure we might be able to be ready. Well, maybe let's give them a 3-minute time for the last 3 runners who are definitely trying to keep up for a qualifying time. So this will be able to do better. So we might be able to have to wait or maybe skip to the part until this will might be able to do better. So this will might be able to get ready for the race. So it's going to be quite takes a while until this will might be able to have the qualifying result is now definitely going in. So it is going to be quite challenging if we might be able to have to get a lot more clean turns. So this will might be able to do better. So we might be able to be very exercise caution whenever there's a mistake happens. Better to make sure to be able to have the hazard lights that might be able to turn on in case if there's any more obstacles of any danger close. It's definitely might be keep coming in for. Well, can't say that we might be able to avoid car accidents is definitely able to be quite colliding on the track because it's going to be quite tougher to be very careful if we might need it for. Alright, so after taking a long wait, so the qualifying is complete, so looks like this wheel might be getting better, so this wheel might be able to get ready for the race, so this wheel might be able to have change up options, so this wheel might be able to go with racing hard tires, so this wheel might be ready up and go, so I hope that this is going to be quite very difficult if we might be able to have to use racing hard tires for the race. So this will also be giving a little bit extended duration amount, so this will might becomes better, so we'll have to make sure careful if we might be able to do the best we can. Well, Dusty Rusty 99, maybe I go with the hard tires, so this is going to be quite giving a good extended. So maybe just giving a little more later, so this will might be able to give the answers to be able to use. So looks like I might be able to go with racing hard tires for the race. So this is going to be quite very good to be able to get everything settled. Here we go. Now let's get this race started on the road. It's round 6 of the 2019 Manufacturer Series Preseason on GT Sport, you guys. So let's go and give it the driver names and vehicles. So here we go and let's get started. So first up is Hyperion with a GR Super Racing Concept. Followed by second place is Shaw Uberman with a Toyota FT1 Vision GT. Third place is Chien de Graz with a Ford Mustang. Fourth place is Still Phone with a BMW M3 GT Motorsport. Fifth place is Akio with a BMW M6 GT3 Wacatora. Sixth place is Rico Chavioris with a Dodge Fokker GT3R. Seventh place is Dusty Rusty 99 with a Mazda Intensa. Eighth place is Cap Elite with a GR Super Racing Concept. Ninth place is Rob on Drums with a Volkswagen Beetle. 10th place is Wiz 13 with a Patriot RCC. 11th place is myself with a Chevy Corvette C7. 12th place is Bloody Storm 1887 with a Porsche 911 RSR. 13th place is Dakar Autosport with a BMW M6. 14th place is D6 Dragon Cool with a Ford GT. 15th place is OT Danny GT once again from last round. 16th place is J Warrior 9 with a Honda NSX Group 3. 17th place is James Vito with a Ferrari 450 Italia. 18th place is Long Term Racing with a Honda NSX Group 3. 19th place is X Gideon 80X with a Toyota Supra. And last place is Primus 1966-11 with a Lexus RCF GT3. Now, 20 drivers are now going to be prepared for the top race to begin. So this will might be able to keep going until this is going to be a one top race to begin. So be prepared to have your hazard lights turned on, because this is going to be a 2-lap race on the Nurburgring 24-hour layout. And this will get started. So here we go. And make sure to survive if we can to master the track and dominate if we can to do it. Now, looks like this is going to be a one good excellent race, so this will might be very precisely going in as possible. Here comes the first turn, so this will be very cautious. Ooh, looks like this is going to be a one-top race to be able to be very careful as possible. And oh, looks like this is going to be a... Oh, that's very tougher. We might be very careful, but this is going to be one increased SR and up and down, it is going to be a one tough race that we might be very careful if we can. That's going to be the hard part, if we might be able to be very careful if we might need to use the hazard lights while we can. But this race is going to be very challenging, so we might be able to do the best we can. Make sure to avoid the penalty as possible, so we'll make sure that this will be having the last call racing, that this will might be able to keep going. Now, this will be able to have a one good strategy tip while racing on the Nurburgring 24 hours. So the fuel map is now, this will might be able to save amount of capacity of gallon of fuel, so this will might be able to stay on it, so this will might be able to keep it much better maintained simple as we can. So this is going to be quite very extended for taking 2 laps while we must race, but it's going to be very careful that we might be able to stay focused if we might be able to stay on it. So, looks like this is going to be able to take a lot more concentration corners, that this will leaving up the Grand Prix layout, now entering onto the Northern Italy as we can to do it. Hyperion is now definitely in first, so he's going to be able to take a lot more courage to survive the track from having collisions if we might be able to be very careful while we can. So it's going to be close. So it's going to be able to take the master of the Northern Italy part is going to be quite very simple. So they will be having a lot of collisions, so better have to make sure to watch out. They will be giving you a penalty if you must be very careful. And it looks like a 2-second penalty received, so it's going to be a little bit tougher to be able to be very cautious and be very aware whenever you saw the opponent with a penalty mark received. This is going to be able to take a long way to be able to get over to the second penalty line. Is going to be quite coming closer. It's going to be takes in to be able to take a long way to be forced to slow down. And looks like this is going to be quite taking a tough time that this will be able to force it in for. Penalties always happen, and this might be able to force a long way to slow down. So it's going to be a one tough race, and looks like DTF6 Dragon Tool just definitely taking a little mistaken pass, and now looks like this is going to be able to have a 0.5-second penalty. Having a tough race on the Nurburgring is extremely difficult, so we'll make sure if we might be able to keep coming better, so this will might be able to keep coming better. But this is going to be a one tough race that this will might be able to be very careful. Now, looks like this will might be able to keep it up on it, so we'll make sure this will be very careful and make sure try not to hit each other while we race. This is going to be able to have a one very close edge racing strategy. Just be very patient whenever you see the opening move. Take it, and then this will going in to take the inside of the track by taking a lot of few consecutive turns that might be going in as possible. Now, looks like this is going to be giving one tough race between 4 of us. Now, this is going to be quite very closer to be able to make it close edge of reaching survival of the finish. And be able to have a better way to be very cautious whenever there's any more accidents. Hazard lights might be needed in case of emergency whenever there's any more mistakes happen. So this is going to be able to do whenever we have to do on our own. Okay, this is going to be stay focused, and then this will keep going in for. But looks like this is going to be one tough race that this might be able to keep it going for. So if we might be to stay on it, it's going to be able to do, looks like this is going to be very closer, but make sure, try not to be very careful, so whenever there's any bumps going on, so this is going to be quite very happening for it. Spray paint is not our favorite, because this is going to be very difficult that we might be able to take it nice and slow. Okay, looks like just keep having the decreased SR rating effect is going to be quite coming closer. It's going to be very tougher, and oh man, that's going to be a nasty collision. That's going to get pretty rough on it. Okay, Dark Autosport is now in 14th place, and now it looks like he's about to be able to keep up on it. Now, looks like this is going to be able to take a while to be able to have the aerodynamic chassis problems. It's going to be able to take some time to fix. But this is going to be a one-tough race that this will might be very careful if we try not to hit each other. It's going to be quite totally the decreased SR rating effect. Now, looks like this is going to be able to keep going in for, but whenever it takes too long to be able to stay on the lean position on the fuel map, it's going to be able to take a little bit much serious problems if we might be very careful as possible. Okay, looks like giving a little bit drop down on the position is going to be quite very tougher. Now, looks like it's going to be able to have to take it nice and slow. But this is going to getting a little bit of racing drama going on for it. Primus 1966-11 is in 15th place, and now he's just trying to be able to keep it well maintained on it. So this will might be able to have to stay on it until this will might be able to keep the duration with the car grip. Will might be able to take it nice and slow. Try not to get too aggressive, that this will might be able to keep coming close. Okay, just giving a little bit much more step closer on Primus 1966-11, and then just going to get a little bit closer. Keep regaining the SR increase, and now this will keep coming closer to be able to get back on it. Oh, and Primus is definitely taking loose control of the exact amount of this car, so it might be able to keep it up on it. Now, this is going to be a one tough race for us. So right now, before taking a long course to be able to proceed onto the second penalty line, it's going to be able to take a while until this will might be able to keep it up on it. Okay, have the lights on, then turns off, and then this will go proceed forward to be as possible. Okay, looks like Akio is in the pits by second place, and now looks like Nadan is currently in first place, and now this is going to be able to keep it up on it. So looks like he didn't need to go into the pit stop as possible. Experts say no pit stop, no problem, because this is going to be very longer to be able to take until he'll be running out of gas soon. So many other fast cars that this will be easier to be precise to see as possible, so this will might get closer. Alright, here we go. Looks like moving on to the final lap of the race, and then looks like the other racers are now definitely in the pits to change up the tires, and then this will moving on to the final lap. This will also take a while to be able to keep it up on it. So it's going to be easier to be able to do a little bit possible, and oh, looks like that was a missed turn, and this is going to be able to keep coming closer. So it looks like currently on the 11th place, and this will be able to go in for. Alright, the other remaining racers are now proceeding in onto the first penalty line to be forced to slow down to decelerate. And looks like this is going to be able to keep coming close, so this is going to be able to move it on in, and then this will keep catching up onto the last remaining racers, if possible, that this will might need to save up for the amount of fuel. So this will be moved on onto the final lap of the race. It's going to be take a long rope, and then taking the struggle is going to be quite coming closer. But this is going to be a one tough race, that this is going to be quite very possible that this might be able to stay focused. Oh man. Looks like that's going to be a little bit much more time to be able to have to keep it well behaved. Now, looks like back onto 13th place, and now this is going to be able to keep it up on it. Still taking the struggle to reach up to the top 3 is very important for the racers. It's going to be quite very challenging to be able to keep going up, to be able to survive the Northern Ilfe is going to be one tough race that this will be very careful as possible. Now, looks like this will also be given the throttle that this will might be the safe up for it. Just keep getting there and you almost had it until this will might be able to keep going, until this will keep a nice simple race to be able to go as the one simple professional way to go at it. Almost, just gonna make sure, just gonna have to take some inside turns whenever it can, so if possible that there might be another opponent came by, so this is going to be able to have the power of 1 to be able to get ready to go, so after taking the struggle that might be keeping up on it. Alright, stay on the pace, and then this will might be keep going until this will might be able to stay focused. So this will be able to have to take a little bit, half amount of 50% of fuel remaining. Okay, keep going until this is might need to have braking points as possible. It's gonna have to take a little bit well controlled that might be need to stay focused. Alright, has the lights turned on, and now this is gonna be able to have to take a little bit much more caution if we can. So this will might need to be very careful whenever we might be having a struggle. Okay, watch the hazard lights whenever the opponent sees it, and this will might be able to keep checking in for. Okay, looks like 3 kills Vivius is on 14th place, so this is going to be able to keep coming closer, so he'll be able to take the clear overtake. Alright, so looks like he just did pretty better to be able to keep it up with using his Dodge Viper GT3R, and looks like this is going to be able to keep going on it. And it looks like this is going to be able to have the other 2-3 cars is definitely able to still on the Northern Ilfe if they try to be able to keep up on it. So it's going to be able to have a total amount of 50% of fuel remaining until this will might be able to stay on it. So this will be able to keep focusing and be exercise caution. And also make sure if there's any collision going on, so this will might be able to have the best way to slow down. It's going to be able to take a long close edge strategy that this will might be able to keep going on for. By the tires of duration, it might be giving the extended amount of grip, so it's going to be quite very tougher to be able to. So looks like other opponents is definitely now possible to be able to stay on it. Now looks like giving a little bit concentration, maintain the pace is going to be going in. Dusty Rusty 99 is in 12. Giving a possible way to be able to take a little recovery to be able to reaccelerate again. So it could be quite possible to be able to have penalties is going to be one difficult way to be able to stay careful. Okay, still going on, taking a little bit much more concentration, will get better. Now approaching in onto the carousel is going to be able to take a little bit easy turn, and then this will might need to take a little bit duration amount. Okay, looks like Rob on drums is definitely trying to be able to make the attempt overtake pass to be able to go at it. Well, he's just trying to be able to make sure to keep it concentrated with using the Volkswagen Beetle to be able to keep it well steady and well focused to be needed as possible. but it's going to be quite very excited to be able to have a little racing reference. Just like the 24 hours of the Nurburgring is going to be very challenging and very good moment, and this will also take the concentration that this will might keep going. So it's all about the steadying and corner handling that this will might manage, but this will might need to take a lot of more concentration, that also might need to save up and keep your hold on the SR will also to make it increase better. And now looks like Hyperion is definitely still in first place, and he's trying to keep away from the drama. Is definitely quite very challenging. Is going to be able to avoid it in for. So looks like mostly other collision is going to be quite very going in for it. Looks like Rico is definitely got caught up, and now looks like proceeding in onto the yellow flag, and then other racers will going in by the green flag that this will proceed forward. But this is going to be a one-top race that this will might be able to have a racing survival that this will also to dominate the Nurburgring. It's going to be challenging and very risky if we might be able to do a lot more ways to go. Now it looks like this is going to be able to keep it up until this one might be able to stay on it. Rob on drums is definitely takes the 1.8 seconds away, and this is going to be able to get closer. Hyperion is definitely getting closer to reach up to the finish line to take the final stretch, and he is going to make his winning spot in the manufacturer series, and then this is going to be his winner of this race, and this is going to be very just able to go for. Miguel comes in second, followed by Shane DeGrade is in third, and then all the other racers is now going to be able to proceed to the finish line as possible. He did very good to be able to save amount of fuel whenever he has the chance to win, so it is quite possible to be able to challenging tough opponents on the Nurburgring 24-hour layout. It's a pretty tough race, so we'll make sure this will might do the best we can. Now, looks like this is going to be able to be proceeding in onto the finish line until all the racers is about to be done soon. So it's going to be giving a little bit time remaining left until this will get closer, and I have finally made it at last. Saved from DNF, and this is going to be quite very good. Well, looks like did my best, so this is going to be quite very good to have a fastest driver for Chevrolet. And now, looks like I just finally reached up in 12th place, so it is a pretty hard race for us. So we'll make sure this is going to be able to be very careful as possible. So, looks like this is going to be a tough race, and I hope that this will might be able to have the result is going to be quite very good for. Well, I kind of say, good race, you guys. And also, giving a one better rough race that this will might be quite challenging up for it. So, maybe no replay available at the moment. So, this is going to be quite best that we might be able to keep racing until this might be very good. So, looks like time to congratulate to Hyperion for doing a good race. So, he did pretty good with using the Toyota GR Super Racing concept. He did pretty good to be able to have an excellent racing strategy, keep saving up amount of fuel as possible. So this is going to be quite very excellent. That, well, I can't say that the Nurburgring 24-hour is a very challenging race, so it's going to be very rough. So we'll make sure that this is going to be able to have a little bit well maintained a pace, so this will might be able to get better. So it's definitely the safe way, not blocking every corner, so it's definitely might be able to have a better move. So it's okay, well, it's very ridiculous, but I won't say anything. I know it's going to be pretty hard, it's pretty challenging, but it's going to be quite very difficult to understand it for. feels like having a race lobby all over again, but I do not want to say anything for it. It's a toughest race that we might be very careful, but try not to get too much aggressive. But no one is perfect, okay? But we'll make sure this will get better next time until this is going to be able to do better if we can. Alright, so looks like this is going to be able to have a little bit of time to take a break, so looks like that's it for round 6 of the manufacturer series. So, well, the only important lesson I just learned is to keep fast, keep going, and try not to do any more braking corners. But if possible, that this is going to be able to have a tough race on the Nurburgring 24H track. But it is definitely quite very tough to be able to stay focused as possible if we might be able to have the chance to go at it. But try not to have any more comments because it's very stressing out, because it's going to be able to keep going at it. But in case if you really want to make sure, just go easy on us. So this might be able to get better, but well, if we don't get a chance to be able to keep continuing on for the next round of the race, so it could be possible to be able to have a challenge to be able to take the practice on the Nurburgring 24H track layout. But this might be able to have to do better next time, so if we might be able to have a chance to get ready to make a better ways to improve, or make sure that this might be able to get back onto the practice, so this might get better. Okay folks, glad that you really enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for reaching up a 100 subscriber goal. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and bell for notification uploads, and the links on the description down below if you want to see more, if you're interested. Well, gonna have to take a break until Wednesday for another round of the preseason of the 2019 Manufacturer Series on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys next time. Keep on racing, stay cool, and stay focused to be giving the good improvement.